Well, welcome back.
Hello.
Session 3 and
Yeah.
most likely the last session of the Return to Darkness little
It's like
story.
last session.
Yeah, we're not playing after this. We're done. Fuck you guys.
We're done.
So as has been kind of custom at this point, Juan, this is Ralrut's story, so why don't you give us a little bit of a recap?
Cappy.
From what I remember, we found the Herd of Shadows, and Ralrut plans on doing his whole finishing his trial and shit like that. And his trial is to pretty much take down the slave trade that initially enslaved him. In a nutshell, and yeah.
All right, and did you happen to take any notes on who those people were?
No.
I'm gonna see if I have notes.
You sent the names to me in Discord.
No, those are the Goliath though.
Alright.
I don't think you gave me the names. You gave me the names of the Goliath.
I mean, isn't there a skill check based on memory? Can we
There
just
is.
all make one and try and remember?
We'll get to that. But first,
Let me think of something.
going back 2 days prior to like our current spot in the timeline, the night of your return, Ralrut, you guys had just eaten, and everyone sort of were sent their separate ways. Sonder and Ethel were given directions to go to a certain tent. Kind of guest arrangements. You notice the Athedonian people sort of set up their own tents. All of you are being not necessarily even watched, but just people. They don't see outsiders a ton. It's not completely unheard of. It's not like Athedon. They don't have like blades to your throats. It's a spectacle. Just seeing this many people. And you, Ralrut, aren't entirely sure where you're supposed to go because you weren't really directed towards those guest huts. And eventually, as people are just sort of taking the tables back, strangely enough, no chairs, everyone was just standing. You see your father sort of just walking through the snow towards you, as he just shouts over, "Ralrut, did you enjoy the dinner?"
Yeah, it was great. Never had better food.
Look, you've been outside of the tribe for nearly a decade. I know that's a lie, but must have been nice at least to taste something familiar.
I don't know. It's kind of a lot, you know. And like, I haven't seen you guys in pretty much a decade. Oh no, Stinky, come on, no, no, don't leave me. Hold up, I have the bunny right here.
Bunny.
That's right. Badass, you only want me when I have food, huh?
That's my dad with my dogs. He's like,
What?
You assholes, you only like me when I have food for you.
Oh yeah. It's been almost a decade, you know, and I just, you know, it's a lot to take in. I remember bits and pieces of my childhood here, but then again, I've been on the outside more than I have here.
Says, well, it must be strange. After the attack, it was chaos. I'm truly sorry we weren't able to find you. We searched. I swear to you, we searched. It's just we weren't sure if it was safe to go back, and the attackers were... The magic they had was beyond anything we'd seen before. And just... I see you're keeping a part of my armor He points over towards the gauntlet.
Yeah. It's the only part that was left at home. And I'm blatantly gonna ignore the little fire pit thing Morrex gave me.
And he sort of just says, well, hopefully one day, if you'd like, I'll get you the rest of that armor. And you know, that armor is purely for the Shadow Priest. Like the leader of the herd.
One day.
Maybe.
Also, I don't think Leonidas' way of fighting is similar anyways. I mean, how I've never seen you in action.
Maybe one day. Although I hope it doesn't come to it, because if we're ever fighting side by side, then something's gone very wrong.
Oh shit.
He just says, look, you can come stay with your mother and I if you'd like. I mean, I don't think we have another bed, but we can get something arranged if you're willing to wait a bit for it.
Oh fuck.
What the
Are
fuck
you
is
coming
wrong?
on to me? No.
Dad?
I don't say that. I don't say that. All these
In
stepdads.
reference to last session, the fucking lesson you need to learn or something, whatever you said.
It's like your test of might.
All these.
Your test of mouth. But he just says to you, can
I'll
stay with
respond. I appreciate the offer, but I have other responsibilities now. Promised a certain scaly friend that I'd come for him, and also I told him I'd kill him if he were to go out of hand. Look like it might go down that route. I have to be prepared. I want to honor my word.
Well, that's interesting to hear, but I meant, do you want a bed for the night
Oh,
before your test?
oh yeah. Oh, I thought you
Alright.
meant. Okay, yeah. Oops.
Well, we'll
He's
get
like, yeah,
that-
I wouldn't want you here.
We'll get that arranged, and you see, he just sort of, almost raises his hand in the air and just starts waving some symbols, and immediately you see people start moving towards his tent. And he just says, well, speaking of that scaly friend, what of these new allies?
Athedonians. Well,
The group you travel with. I don't see a scaly one other than the Athedonians. Are you talking about them or somebody else?
somebody else. He became my pseudo rival, I guess, in a sense. Even though I always win, so not really a rivalry, but he keeps me on my toes. I gave him a gnarly scar. He's kind of scared me a couple of times, but that's beyond the point. Sonder is kind of new. I used to travel with a bigger group. Dave, Ramgrim, Thalgrim, and El Cipinito. And then Abalaba as well. Sonder just happened to meet us in the center one day. We were assigned, and there was an attack on Flamekeep, or station. Pretty much just a traveling peace group kind of stitch, you know. And somewhere along the travels, I got hit by a poop monster, and I got swallowed by it. Had some really bad disease, and then out of that, some other poop monster came, and that's Ethel. Yeah. Yeah, she's a poop monster. I'm surprised she came to sentience. My guess is that my echo probably I don't know, infused with the poop, and that's her now.
What drugs are you
He's-
on?
He
She's kinda
just,
weird though.
he just looks at you like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she's weird. Like, honestly, she's a thief too. I wouldn't trust her with anything special. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't trust her guarding something valuable.
I'm gonna wake
She
up
has
in
a
the middle of
knack
the
of
night with them
stealing
fucking
things.
stabbing me in the throat.
Ethel's getting stabbed now. He's-
She's been in your party for so long, it's probably healed you dozens of times,
Yeah.
and you're like,
she's
you're
almost
like, fuck this person.
she's almost died at your orders. You know. You see, he just says, "What is?" I'm sorry, but I have to ask. What is up with that?
With what?
I mean, Ethel and you. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know. She's just there. She exists.
No respect.
Like imagine a butterfly within. I don't know. Not even. Imagine grass. Grass in a field of like in a plains. She just exists. She serves like no purpose but to exist. Sort of.
damn.
Well,
And
no,
you like-
I'm joking. I'm joking. She's been helpful every once in a while, you know. But you know, she's just really, really weird.
You fuckers alive.
Says-
But
says
the
well,
real ally would be Bramgrim. He's the scaly that I'm referring to. He's an Athedonian. I pretty much think of him as an Athedonian prince. I think you know his father. What's his last name? Bramgrim. Oh, what's his last? Dardendrian, a leader of pseudo sorts. You know.
Heard whispers and tales. Surprised to see them confirmed as true.
Oh yeah, they know of us as well. They treated me nicely just because I brought up that I was part of the Herd of Shadows. But
Well, we aren't.
part of the reason I'm here is obviously to establish better connection between the two of you, because you both serve the same purpose to spite Belshalor and hopefully take him down. But Bramgrim unfortunately has been cursed by a dark gore, and he was obviously casted out from Athedon. And well, he's had his up and down, but now he's just kind of like uses Belshalor's power in our kind of like us, but not really. Like he has a more direct connection with him, and this is now you see why he isn't with us, because he won't let him leave. And like it's a whole shtick with the sword, and he has to like purify it or something like that, like by a legendary blacksmith. I don't know. It's like some really anime type of shit. I say that.
He says, well, no promises on the connections with the Athedonians, but they sound like they could be a good ally, potentially.
Why are you so fat, dude? Oh my gosh. I literally gave you a whole piece of apple.
Still talking.
Like,
He's dead.
he starts like, at this point you guys are walking back to the tent and he brings you inside and he just says, just keep in mind, Ralrut, that these allies, these friends, they are, I presume, a big part in why you've arrived here and why you are still breathing.
Bruh. You'd be surprised. Well, almost all of our encounters, I always come out the least scathed.
Well, it's because they took the blows.
Well, you'd be surprised. You'd really be surprised. Like, honestly, it's all Bramgrim. This is why, like, literally I'm trying my best for Bramgrim, because he's usually the one that gets short end of the stick.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, well, just remember, in order for a group to work at their best, there must be some amount of mutual respect. And while it sounds like you have that with Bramgrim, just don't downplay the actions of the others.
Are you telling me to be nicer to Ethel?
Telling
No.
you to be a leader.
That's lame, bro. Oh, okay.
That's
Wait, no, I don't say that. I'm talking to the bunny. I'm talking to the bunny.
No, he just says, just keep in mind, even this Sonder, the newer one, and it sounds like the large other group of allies. You need that respect. Well, without it, you'll just be a group of individuals, and not an individual group. Have good people you can trust, and
Yeah.
if they trust
Always.
you, you'll be formidable. And who knows,
Anyways.
maybe one day if you demonstrate good leadership and you build good connections, maybe one day you'll be able to rise to the occasion for the herd.
Me? Nah, no.
He
No,
just
I'm
says-
more of a.
He just says, I know if you hadn't gotten separated from us, you would definitely be leading the strike team. That's for damn sure.
Also, pause. Quick question. Does
Yes.
this happen after the dinner?
This was after the dinner.
After the whole assignment and shit like that?
Yeah,
Alright.
he just mentioned it, and tomorrow morning is when you guys are heading out for it.
I'll ask. So, who are the targets I'm supposed to bring around again?
He says, well, there are 4 main leaders, 1 head, 3 sort of lieutenants. They should all be present at the gathering in 4 days. But I believe from our intel, the leader's name is Druid. He calls himself the Grand. He's a hobgoblin. Most of them are goblinoids. There's 1 bugbear goes by the Ox. Another hobgoblin calls himself Klesrad, and apparently a particularly vicious goblin, Sichuan. I technically shouldn't be telling you this, but you know.
What race was Kizrad?
Klesrad.
Hobgoblin.
Klesrad is a hobgoblin.
And Shishwan?
Sichuan is a goblin.
The best way to build.
Wait, what? Szechuan?
Sichuan, like an I. Sichuan.
Wait, I got Judic the Grand, Bugbear the Ox, Hobgoblin, Klesbrand, or Lesbo, because that's what we're gonna call him.
Oh, Jesus.
And then who else?
Here, I can send the names in-game. There's Druid the Grand is the leader. And then you've got Kegor the Ox, Klesrad, and Sichuan.
We are to capture these guys and bring them back, correct?
And he says to you, Ralrut, those are your 4 targets. And I know, hearing of what they've done, not to everyone across the Muirholds, and from what you've mentioned, what they've presumably done to you, I understand in the moment you may just want to strike them down. This test is not just of your strength and the strength of your leadership, the strength of your group, but of your self-control of your ability to keep yourself from falling into temptation, to truly show that you can control yourself as you need to, bearing Belshalor's power within you. So they are to be brought back alive for true justice, not a hasty execution.
I made up nicknames for them.
Oh, jeez. Alright. And what are you saying?
Well, he didn't give me Everbearer for nothing.
Well,
What are you doing, Stalking? Come on. No, hey, get over here. Get over here.
alright.
Get over here.
And he says to you, well, I wish you the best of luck. And you see at this point, people have finished setting up another bed in the same room as your parents. It's a little crowded. They have their own big bed. There's everything is in the one room. It's like part kitchen, part bedroom, part nursery for the kid.
Yeah, like early North American people rooms. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and your bed is is put right in the middle of the kitchen area.
Wait, would you say this culture is more how do I say this? Stoic? Like we're talking about Vikings and like Spartan, or like more of like the early Eskimo North American people, nomadic people, like with the mammoths, Ice Age nomadic people.
They are entirely nomadic. They stay in one place at most, like a year, 2 years max. But usually it's like we stay here for 4 months, we move here like 3, then we get there maybe 8, 12, and they just stay on the move.
Alright. Okay.
And part of the reason, that's why you had so much trouble finding them. Not only just because they scattered after they were attacked. Presumably, they didn't stay in one place, and while you were searching for them as a child, you got captured by the Iron Bands. Just looking through the muir holes for them.
Do you say I take a full rest, by the way? Just like...
Yeah, you guys all heal all of your shit. You're in civilization. You're doing nothing but sort of chilling. God damn, my hair is fighting me today. And you guys heal everything. So, you rest up. You guys end up heading off early in the morning. Your father bids you farewell. And now, we go back to Sonder being dragged through the forest as he is now captured. You're completely netted.
Pirates.
Only my penis is sticking out.
Hey, I'll be back.
Alright. And Sonder, you're just completely in a net, and they're just dragging you through the snow. You see it's a total of like 3 people. They've got 2 other people who also have nets, and there are other people netted, and then gagged, and just completely bound.
Wait 1 second. We didn't do a recap for this episode.
Juan did.
Oh, we did? Oh my god. I missed the entire thing. Never mind.
Yeah, we did do it. Pay attention. Fuck.
I think it was when egg happened when I was peeing.
Yeah. So, They're dragging you through the snow. And is there anything you're doing? Are you resisting in any way? Are you like saying anything in particular? Like, or are you just fully
You
like?
had rolled something last time for him going, "Oh my god, no, don't take me!" And it was really bad.
Yeah, he was-
Yeah, I got a 10 on performance. If I remember.
So yeah, they're looking at you a little funny because they're like, it's a little strange.
Did I roll greater visibility last time? To sneakily follow?
I mean, you rolled stealth, not necessarily greater invisibility. You guys
Oh,
are just
okay.
watching from a distance.
I thought that I was following him, though. That was the plan to.
Yeah, you guys are
Yeah.
following from a distance.
But
You,
I cast greater invisibility so I can be close.
well, I mean, what I'm trying to get at is this place is potentially very, very far from where they got captured. So greater invisibility is not going to last very long.
Oh. I think we talked
I don't
about-
remember. I'll ask. I had my pet when I get captured fly off. Has it done so yet? That was my intention for it to fly off when I get captured.
Oh, your little pet?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah,
mention
you
that.
rolled sleight of hand, I think, to let them fly off.
Oh, Ellie,
Okay.
you did.
So yeah, it flew off.
Well,
Is there
I
anything
mean,
you
I
wanted to try to say to it or anything like that, or just?
Well, no, I had the transcript on it of it recording what I was saying. Like, we fly over to them when I get captured, just in case they don't get it. But I guess if they were close enough, they would have seen me get captured. But I wanted to have it come back and me go like, "If you hear a howl, let them come inside." But you guys are probably gonna be infiltrating regardless. That's what my character hopes and thinks.
All
I
right.
think the. I don't think I'm gonna do anything besides. I guess I can look around. Can I see what they're? I don't know how long they've been dragging me.
At
Is
this
just
point,
right after.
I mean, yeah, we're right after, but I mean, unless you like, do you want to wait a certain amount of time, or just roll perception as you're getting dragged?
Okay.
What are you looking out for?
I'm looking at the people specifically. I mean, I doubt the leader is just there doing like fucking capturing random people. But I would like to see who is dragging me, like what race they are, and then just like my general surroundings. If I see anything, any buildings, any other people besides the three. Maybe they have like a scout like far behind them. But okay, I'll roll. That is a
Yeah,
12 plus.
Fuck, dude, choking on water.
There's a 21 on my part.
All right, son of a bitch. Well, you look around, and the people who have you, they seem to be assorted goblinoids. Right now you see 2 bugbears and just a regular old goblin. Each bugbear, one has you and one has another, like, larger human male. You see they're just pulling on the bags, dragging you guys through the snow. Like,
I go, seeing the bugbear, I go, "Oh no, the ox!" They order to see if you like fucking like. Yeah,
are you saying this early on? Because pretty early on, not even like right after they bag you, they would start like tying you up.
Yeah, I'll say that pretty early on. Something.
They hear you say that, and immediately they look down at you, and they just say, or no, they look down at you. And they sort of just start looking you over, and they start saying some stuff to each other in Goblinoid, or in Goblin. And they look to you, and in common just say, "How do you know of the ox?"
I thought. I'm from the Krona Peak, or I'm from around that area, and you have a little bit of a reputation. I've lost family to you guys, and I spit at them.
Roll deception.
That's a 4.
Where are the tears, Sonder?
They look at you, and the guy, like, is hearing you talk, and you spit, and it just gets in his fur. And you see, it's very matted already. It's gross. He doesn't even, like, wipe it off or anything. He says something, like, he looks at you, and just says something else in Goblinoid to, like, the people next to him, and just headbutts you. Like, grabs the back, like, grabs on the bag and pulls you close, and just headbutts you. I would actually say... Give me a second. Based on this, yeah, so you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as he just slams his head into yours. And then you see the other 2 bags of people get dropped, and they just start beating the shit out of you. Like, like, no, it's like street fight style. You're on the ground, balled up, and they start punching you and kicking you, and they're just... It doesn't seem like they're necessarily trying to kick you. They're just beating the shit out of you. So I'll say roll a Constitution saving throw. We'll see. Based on how much of a beating you can take, whether or not they're knocking you out.
That's the number on the right. I have a +9 in Constitution, or is that? Yeah, because the left is what affects my skills. Correct?
Yeah, because I'd assume you don't want to get knocked unconscious.
I would assume that. Yeah.
Okay.
That is a 24.
All right. So roll a hit die. So roll a d10, I believe it is for you, and add your con.
Wait, that wasn't... Okay, I didn't do it right then. For a saving throw, it's a d10 plus my con?
No, you rolled a saving throw. You succeeded,
Okay.
so you're not
All
going unconscious. Roll a d10 plus your con modifier.
Which is the one on the left, correct?
Yep. Modifier is left, save is on the right.
Okay. That is an 8 plus 5, so 13.
You are down to 13 hit points.
How far
Down
away
to
am I?
13 hit points?
You're down to 30. They beat the shit out of you until it looks like you're... Like, they're almost trying to knock you out, but you're just taking the hits. And eventually they just get tired of it.
Yo, how far away am I?
They brutalize you. Like, I'm talking, the goblin is down at your level, so it's just punching you in the face, while
I
the other
shouldn't have
two,
opened my mouth. God damn.
the other 2 bugbears are just
140 points
kicking the
gone.
shit out of you. Yeah, and as you're seeing this, you're noticing. Just roll a perception check.
How far away am
Okay.
How far away are you? How far would you say you want to be?
I want to be as close as I can
How close is as close as you can?
without being obvious. I don't know.
That's a
Do I
19.
number?
I give it distance.
I would like to be able to cast my spell. Oh fuck, 10 feet. Maybe I'm... Oh, I could just dimension my door myself closer really fast. Like, so I think I'm...
I mean, roll an insight check, Ethel. Roll perception and then roll
I'm
insight.
my dice again. I do this every time.
So Sonder, what'd you say?
19 for perception.
Yeah, you're noticing these people, all of them, around the wrists, have, like, a bunch of bracelets. And you
Okay.
notice the goblin has 1, and one of the bugbears has 2, and another has 4.
I rolled a 25.
And they're on each arm.
Okay.
And you see, they're just beating the shit out of you. So, that was your perception? So yeah,
No,
Ethel,
19 was
Tell
my
me insight.
perception.
Ethel, you see this happening, and then roll insight.
Oh, that was my insight.
That was your insight? Roll perception first.
Oh, well, that was... Should I just take this as perception and then add 1 for it?
Sure.
Okay, then. The perception was... 27.
Yeah,
Have
so
they
you
have they stopped
Insight.
hitting me,
That's
or am I
cocked
still getting the
between
shit
2
beat
and
out of
20.
me?
give me a second. Well,
Just cocked between 2 and 20. Reroll?
no.
Ah. As in- Not. For insight, 18 for insight. So 27 for perception, 18 for insight.
Here, I'll say this to Eliza.
doesn't look like they're gonna stop.
No, it seems like.
You turned it back on.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Oh wait, I have a question. While using your worship. Okay, never mind.
All right.
Alright, I'm gonna turn to Ralrut and say, he needs to shut his fucking mouth. And then,
Oh well, hold on. He's not. Yeah, Juan, are you here? You back yet?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
Okay.
here.
Uh,
I've been listening.
and then...
Oh, you know what's happening?
Yeah, I know what's happening.
So yeah, you're seeing Sonder getting the shit beat, and they're not stopping. He's bleeding like a lot. Sonder, you're not used to just letting yourself eat shit. I mean, are you letting it get that far?
At this point, I think I can track where they came from. So I'm thinking of just fucking transforming using Grim Hollow and fucking these guys up. But I only have 13 hit points now. So.
I mean, yeah, you could say you could stop at any point if you're like, because I'll say roll insight
Okay.
with a
7
decremented
plus-
with I'll say decremented twice because you don't
Okay.
know the language they're speaking.
Can I dimension door myself up 60 feet so that I'm like 10 feet away?
That's a D6, correct?
And then cast
Wait,
greater invisibility.
isn't this just Sonder
That's
barely
D6,
getting
correct?
You could probably
captured, though?
just get up close.
But I have
D6,
big-ass
correct?
wings.
On the
I feel like I
decrement?
still should
It has to be
like-
D6.
I'm
That's a
keeping
minus
track.
3,
No,
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 I'm saying
13.
my stealth, I feel like I should be at disadvantage.
No,
13.
the DC is different.
Oh.
Where?
I didn't think of that. I'm gonna organize
so
all
what'd you
my
say,
D20s in
Sonder?
6 spots.
Isn't
was-
this still Sonder getting captured?
Yes.
Yeah.
How did things get so out of hand?
No,
I
he's
asked
getting
a single
he's getting
question
taken
and
back to
failed my
camp.
deception check.
Yeah, he asked a question and then lied to them and failed a deception check. So now, Sonder, from what you can tell, they're not trying to kill you. They just want you. They just want you out.
Alright, well, I'm gonna pretend to be knocked out.
Like they don't trust you. Roll performance.
I fucking suck at all this charisma shit. Okay, come on. I'm +1, so you know, it's not negative. That is an 18. Total. So 17 plus 1.
All right, you just eat it,
Oh.
and just you guys. From what you guys can tell, Ethel, with how high your roll was, Sonder's just pretending to be knocked out.
Okay, should I still roll stealth?
Are you still wanting to move forward?
Yes.
Then yes.
Fuck. Frick.
God damn it! It's like,
13.
come on, guys. The whole point of this
You
was
can't
to be
get-
stealthy.
You can't get too close without being seen.
Okay.
So you're not gonna get seen. It's just if you can't get close enough.
Okay. How close do I get?
I'll say before getting spotted, like 30 feet.
Oh, Eliza's trying to, I'm assuming, a healing spell.
I drove business all the time, baby, I am.
And you see, because at this point, I mean, I will say, Sonder, from what you said, you don't actually see tracks from where they came from. The snow is heavy. They're walking in a different direction than what you assume they, like, came at you from.
I mean, I'm really good at tracking people, so we'll leave it up to the dice if it happens like that.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying, like,
Bro!
you can't track something where there's no tracks.
Idea.
You know, you can always smell like a dog, like a bloodhound. And if they're goblins and furbolgs, I'm sure they smell like shit.
Can I... Okay, just...
Oh,
I'm just gonna
Sonder
say
thinks
this
an
and you guys
entire
can
race
say
smells
no.
like shit.
You just told me their fur was matted. I'm sure they smell like shit.
This guy smells like shit. Yeah, but if you killed these guys, you're not gonna be like, oh, let's find their home.
Can I... Okay, I'm gonna say this. You guys can say no if you think it's a horrendous idea, but I think it's a
Well,
great
no,
idea.
That's
Metagaming
you can
pigeon?
talk to Ralrut if you'd like, but
I'm already ahead of Ralrut, away from him. But
no, then this is all on you.
okay. Hidden paths, which is like my baby dimension door. The rest of the 30 feet, right up to you, Sonder. Give you a tap. I'm gonna yell love punch, and then cure wounds you. And then I could move over another 5 feet to the
No,
one
why?
guy and
Why?
hit him.
No, hold up. Okay, listen, guys. This is supposed to be a stealth mission. They're supposed to be discreet.
I just thought it would be funny, okay?
No, why? Guys, like,
Juan, chill out. Just normal. Chill out.
Discuss.
But yeah,
that's
anyway.
a terrible idea.
Okay.
You can, while they're distracted pulling me, maybe you can do it like a sneaky heal.
Well,
But I think we should move on for right now. Because I also have my potion band ring, so I can absorb potion. I mean, I can absorb. You guys don't know this, but I can absorb potions. I have 3 charges right now on my potion ring, and so I could potentially get some hit points back. But
how do you absorb them? Do you have to drink them? Or like...
you have to put the ring inside the potion, and the ring absorbs the potion, and then you can use a charge of the ring in order to heal. And you get 3 charges or 3 potions that you can absorb.
Yeah. So, you guys see, Sonder keeps getting dragged. And eventually Sonder, seeing you like unconscious, they start like ruffling through your pockets.
I mean, I'm in a net.
No,
How
did
fine
he
is the
say
net?
Oliver said he
It's
was
not-
taking anything valuable and putting it in his scarf. He said that last time.
Yeah.
And I put the 2 gold rings that were like fake on my hand.
Mhm.
The ones that
Yeah.
were not fake, but whatever.
It's mostly the goblin putting their hands through. It's not. They're not super. It's like I'd say squares are maybe like this big. Like they're
Or we
not.
can't see you.
Oh, you can't see me?
No. Do you have your camera on?
I do.
Yeah. I see.
Oh, I don't. It's only me and Eliza.
Weird.
I see Alex. Alex.
Yeah, but the squares aren't too small. I'd say a couple inches wide max.
Okay.
And so the goblin's just ruffling through. You feel the rings get taken off your finger. They are going through your pockets.
And they eat them. Nom, nom.
What did you put inside of the bag? Inside of the inside of the scarf.
I think I had my potion band and my fucking the other ring, the ring of spider climbing.
All right.
And
So-
aren't I the only one that can access my scarf? It's my own dimension thing. I don't know. I don't think they'd be looting a scarf. They'd just see it around my neck and be like, "Oh, cool." Unless they take the scarf. Oops. I'll be quiet. Go
All
ahead.
the valuables gone.
I'm looking at it. No, they
I do
can't.
I do
They
have
can
46 gold.
technically reach into it. Just only you're only able to reach into it while you're wearing it. So here, let's see how they do on their investigation.
Wait, is this
Alright.
scarf a sneaky thing? I thought
So
they
you
were
feel them
wearing
reaching
stuff.
like around you. You feel immediately in your bag. You feel the container of heat and frost get pulled out, and they're looking over it like, "What the hell is this?" You
Just
also
open it up and splash hot coffee all over the face, like
you feel the eye patch get lifted, and they sort of like start the goblin. You feel tiny pokes at your eye,
Aw.
and you struggle to like pretend being unconscious at that. How many how many potions can this hold? It can hold 3 potions.
Yes.
So you feel your other 5 potions get taken. So I would mark those off.
Okay.
As
How do I? Oh, no, I know
well
how.
as well as the container.
How do I like mark them off? Like, how do I get rid of them?
So you see, if you click on it, if you hit the little wrench, there's a quantity box.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're down to 3. And then the container, yeah, I'd say just set that to 0. Don't like take it off because I don't want to recreate the item.
Yeah, I just have to fuck with there.
They take your hat.
No.
You see the goblin pulls the hat out and like
Wait, how are they
struggles.
pulling the hat through the? Oh, no.
Yeah, they're really like they're pulling at it, and they take a good like actual 20 minutes just trying to get that hat till eventually like, pops through.
After they take my hat, I still am acting unconscious, but I am imprinting what they look like into my memory because I'm gonna fucking murder them in about.
Let me see. The goblin just like puts the hat on and is like saying something in goblinoid and seems like super excited. They don't notice the gloves, but you feel them like tugging at the cloak, although there's no way they can pull it through. You take your thieves' tools, your disguise kit, your forgery kit, tinderbox.
Or they must have fucking did good. God damn, we're taking everything.
A lot of these things are just in your side pouch. The things like the roll was mostly to see if they find your gloves and if they manage to reach into the scarf, which they don't because it was a low roll.
Okay, that's good.
They do take your gold though.
That's fine. I only had 46.
So you're down to 0 on that, and you see this. They seem to be super excited. And you get dragged for a while. Eventually, you
Can I
feel
count this as
your...
a short rest?
No, you're not resting. You're getting dragged.
I got my eyes closed, and
You're getting dragged
kinda...
across the snow, my guy. This is not...
That snow was pretty soft.
These are not resting conditions. You know what isn't? The rocks and dirt underneath the snow.
Hey, you said it was heavy snowfall, so that means a lot of snow.
Yeah, these aren't resting conditions, my guy. You're getting dragged through, and eventually you feel a stop. As the bag, like, loosens. And you feel yourself start to get, like, moved around and hogtied. And then the bag tightens back up. And you guys walk for a
I kind of... Okay, never mind. We're walking still. Never mind.
Yeah. You guys walk for hours. Until eventually... It's already, like, the middle of the night. The sun just starts coming up. So the day ends. It is the next day. Oliver.
Calendar master.
Oh, it's the next day? What is that?
It is now the next day.
Oh, I see.
And Ethel and Ralrut, is there anything you guys are doing while just watching all of this?
Fucking follow him.
Alright. Eventually you guys set up like a camp and they go to sleep. They get the 3 bags, Sonder. Like, you're hogtied and inside of a net. They have you gagged. And they get like the net that you're in and then the other 2 nets and put all 3 around a tree and then tie like a rope around all of you and just tighten it as much as they can. So you guys are just a big bundle wrapped around a tree.
Is it warmer now?
Slightly.
Still
would not say resting conditions.
Yeah, okay, good. So I have my elder scarf, and I'm trying to see if I can current moves, human space, and it folds and it can be reached while you wear it. The space holds 60 pounds of material and an estimated volume 6 cubic feet. The scarf weighs 1 pound regardless of its contents when you play it. Oh no, why'd it close? The space holds...
So at this point, the 3 go to sleep. So if any of you are doing anything, they go to sleep for...
Okay.
Yeah, they start going to sleep. That's all I'll say.
So, if I see... Like,
Oh, you can't even retrieve items within the scarf with your own hands. It says you can't retrieve items placed within the scarf with your hands. Instead, you use a bonus action and mentally control the scarf, causing its frayed hand-like ends. So they couldn't even have gotten the items from the scarf because they can't control the scarf. Okay, so
yeah, if they had noticed it was magical, they would have just taken it and then been like, "Ooh, scarf." and then
The
take
scarf,
it.
you can use an action and mentally control it using the scarf's frayed hands instead of your own and manipulate simple objects such as opening an unlocked door, stowing or retrieving an item from an open container, or to pour the contents out of the vial within 5 feet of you. The hands can't attack or activate magic items. Placing the scarf inside an extra space, blah blah blah. Alright, so I want to reach inside the scarf's folds with the hands while they're asleep, and then pull out my healing ring, my potion band, and then just put it on my finger and then use it in order to heal up a little bit.
Did the potion band? The potion band did. I believe it requires attunement. Well, yeah, you wouldn't lose attunement. Yeah. So you have it, and it gets put back on your wrist. And are you using all 3?
I'll use 2 for now. 2.
All right. So roll 2 of those potions.
And what's the formula? 2d4.
So total, it's 4d4 plus 4.
Hello.
That
I
is
think if I survive
8.
did not sleep the fact that I can.
Plus
But I decided not to prioritize
7. So 8 plus 4 plus 7
I didn't prioritize.
is 19.
Can't count anything.
All right. Wait, 8 plus 4 plus 7.
Oh, I can. Just really slow. Like
Um,
enemies,
and then, are you having the potion band put back?
Yes.
All right.
fighting the ally worship, right?
You,
I've been having
managed to do so
Right away.
fairly simply.
Right. Right.
These people are
rot.
unconscious, so it is no issue.
Reds.
After I'd say 4 hours, they come back to consciousness. You see the other people with you look very tired, and they're like looking towards you to see what's up with you, and they're like trying to talk, but they can't get any words out. And eventually they come to consciousness after like 4 hours. So the sun has risen. And Ethel and Ralrut, are you guys staying awake throughout the whole night? Are you guys resting at any point?
19,000 health out of
Uh,
beyond.
I
Because
say we
if-
should probably take shifts.
Ethel's just gonna stay up the entire time.
Alright, so each of you is sleeping for like 4 hours.
No, I'm just gonna stay up the entire time. I'll just stay up the whole night.
Alright. Because if so, then you will start risking, not risking anything. You will
I'll
start,
sleep for an hour. God damn. Fine. I'm not. No, I'm good. I'm not sleeping.
okay.
I'm risking that to die.
I mean, yeah, you'll start getting exhausted,
Okay,
not sleeping.
Cool. I'm taking it. Like
Alright.
a champ. There's a leafy
Or went too
shirt.
high.
Alright, Ralrut, are you also staying, are you sleeping for 4 hours?
I'm gonna try to rest.
Alright, so you get a short rest. Sonder.
I'll try the rest. I don't know if it's possible.
So here, I'm gonna look at this. You don't manage to get any sleep, Sonder. But with your con, I'd say... Give me a second. You can be conscious for a good, like, not 17. For a good... I would say, like 17 hours before you start, like, getting tired. So, a few more hours and you will start to get exhaustion. No one gets exhaustion yet, but you are on the precipice. So, you guys start getting dragged. Once more. The goblins wake up, and the hobgoblins, or not hobgoblins, the bugbears go over, and one of them smacks you awake, Sonder. Another smacks the woman who's with you awake, and the little goblin just punches the man, the captured man in the face to wake him up. And you guys again begin to get dragged
Daggers, let's go.
until eventually, I'd say, Ralrut and Ethel make perception checks.
You wanna go down? You wanna go down, baby? Go
Yeah.
down.
Mm-hmm.
15.
15.
What's my perception? My perception is 15.
Copier. My perception was better than yours.
All right. So what? So yeah, both of you rolled mid-teens.
15.
Yep.
Oh, we got 15.
All right. You guys see once you start getting closer, and I'll assume you guys with the stealth bonuses and everything, you guys are hidden perfectly fine. But eventually, you start seeing smoke, and as you get closer, you see like a few smokestacks. Also, Oliver, you are back, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because you left and your camera's off.
Alright,
Okay.
I'm gonna go ask Ethel. I'm like, hey Ethel, you should fly over there and see where the weak points, entry points, all that stuff, exits.
Are we still like in a tree line?
Yeah, you guys are still in trees, but you're even noticing smoke. It's been another couple hours. They started picking up the pace a little bit at a certain
day?
point. What?
Is this the third day?
This is the third day. You have to be back by tomorrow.
Okay then. All right. Then there's probably a time of rest.
Every time I go to that place.
It's now the 13th, correct?
All right. I'm gonna try to go ahead sneakily and try to go see. Well, pretty much just scout out the place, see where I could exit, see where I could enter, what type of weaponry they have.
Are you
Take that
using
shit
your Echo Avatar?
Yeah.
Alright, so roll stealth for your Echo Avatar. It's just pretty much your stealth roll. And then Ethel, are you flying forward at all?
Yeah, sure.
Are you turning into anything, or are you just flying?
Can I turn into
Oh my
Diesel?
god.
Oh wait, before I do that, I'm gonna do the hood up.
Alright. Ethel. Or Beethel, roll a...
Yeah, respect it.
There's no stealth check. You're a fucking bee.
I'm a fucking bee, bro.
20.
Roll a perception check.
Perfect.
Beethel.
I rolled a 20. Oh my god, the first roll was a nat 1.
26.
Advantage 15.
Oliver,
So
do you have
not
the Pringles left in your room?
Alright. So,
They're gone?
the two of you make your way forward. With your perception. Ralrut. Ethel, what'd you roll?
26.
23?
6.
26?
Yeah.
Okay. Both of you look up and you see there are a few tents. It almost looks like a carnival, kind of. There's like the one big center tent. One bigger center tent. It's not too huge. Off to the side of it, there's one big open clearing where you see they have a lot of like seats and everything. And then you see there are a bunch of side, like a lot of smaller, like almost like house tents, I guess you can say. And then just a bunch all around of just single, double, quadruple person tents.
Okay.
Where seemingly this entire band, like, of slavers is being kept. And you see off to, there are like 3 distinct areas, or like 4 actually, where you see there are almost like just logs staked into the ground, where you see people are bound up to the logs, almost like facing face first into them with their hands bound in front and their legs bound. So it's almost like the poles here, their legs are bound here and then their hands are bound up here. So they're just almost dangling, like being held like shish kebab onto these logs. And you see there are at least, so like this. Okay, that's exactly a perfect way of showing it. People are tied up like this.
But aren't they this
So
way?
they can't even stand stably. What?
Like this way?
Like this way, yeah. The stakes are straight up. They're standing like
And they're
that.
hanging like like that?
They're hanging like that.
How are they hanging there?
Not
Oh.
comfortably. You see, in each of these little like post fields, there's in total probably a couple dozen people.
Why?
Well,
Why? What are they
they're
doing?
slavers, dude. They've got slaves.
I know, but why you guys do that?
That's not very PC, says Eliza.
I don't know what PC
Yeah.
means, Juan.
That's okay.
I looked it up on Urban Dictionary.
And you see, they're held there, and Ralrut, you're brought up. Yeah, you go around and see this, and Ethel, with your perception, you notice, there, you see one group of goblins taking, like, big troughs
To feed them?
of food and taking them. No, the people that are staked up look like they haven't been fed in days. But you see a handful of goblins like carrying troughs and some like wheelbarrows of food like slop food into the main big tent.
I'm thinking of bringing the people good berries right now, but I'm not going to because we're on a mission and we could do that afterwards. But I'm making a mental note of it.
Character development? Character development?
Don't even talk to me about character development.
Yeah.
Your character's regressing, Juan.
Yeah.
Okay? Anyway, but I
Hey,
make a note of it
don't
to
eat
shut
your
the fuck
shoes.
up and
Bad
have a moment.
bunny.
Anyway,
Bad.
I make a note of it to Ralrut, and I'm like, I'm coming back.
Wait, did you say don't eat my shoes?
Yeah, she's eating shoes, bruh. I swear, I tell you, man, she
I don't wear
likes
shoes.
feet.
Anyway,
As Chris would say, that bunny's into grippers.
Do feel like that, though.
But Ralrut, you also see this. There are a bunch of people staked up.
I'm making a
And
note.
curiously enough, Ralrut, you see a Goliath with some like marks of your herd. Maybe teen. Very big though, like a very big brawny guy, with like the shadow tattoos.
Wait, is he a kid who's like a slave or he's...
Teenager. Oh yeah, they're not as many because I mean you wouldn't get too many kids traveling through the muir holes,
I mean,
but there's
like,
a handful.
He's a slave, not like a...
Well, right now they're just captives, but to be slaves.
Okay. I mean, like, I didn't get if he was in cahoots or...
No, he's tied up. And Sonder, you get dragged over, and eventually, you do get like kicked one more time in the face.
No, what I was gonna say is how is there like a clearing around the camp, or are they in the middle of the forest and there's trees everywhere? How is it set up?
It's slightly clear, like ever so slightly clear. It looks like they took down some trees to clear room for the... This would just be a big forested area, but it looks like they've been setting up maybe for a week or so. And trees have been cleared to build like the posts and then space for the tents.
And when I noticed the smoke, was I hearing any sounds of campgoers? Was I even seeing the camp? Or is it still pretty far away?
You see the edges of what I described to them. So you just see dozens of tents set up.
So kind of like pretty much a weird carnival. But actually, it's a slave auction. I don't even know why.
Well, no, it's... From what you were told, this isn't like... They're not selling here. This is just like... Almost like a family reunion before they go and make a big sale, like tomorrow.
Bro, I do not like this music.
How many guards are around?
I mean, if you consider anyone working for the Iron Bands a guard, dozens.
Okay.
It's almost like a small settlement.
And do I see the people who are being
Not
tied
huge.
up?
Like, I don't want to make it sound like this is a huge town. It's like maybe couple dozen people, and almost as many slaves.
Okay. And is it, what time of day is it? Is it early morning? Is it sun up?
It's almost noon, I'd say.
Almost noon? Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
and so
fuck.
you see Sonder. I mean, you see the posts because they're dragging you over to Juan. I mean,
Alright,
you see the two like commoners you're with get knocked out, or not knocked out. They get roughed up a bit more. They're already looking rough, so the goblins don't even need to do much to them. But you see a bigger group of goblins, once they see you guys being dragged in, come in to help like put you guys up, and they start getting tied up onto the poles.
Now, is everything taken away from them? Or are they getting...
You see,
Are they
once you get close enough to the poles, a lot of the people on the poles have been, not completely because they don't want to kill them, but they've been mostly undressed.
Like we can play pubs or something, but if you're chilling, it's fine.
Okay.
Like not naked, I just mean like
Match
a
where-
lot of like the heavier, like their most of the unnecessary for survival
Yeah,
clothing
I
is taken
want
off.
more.
Question.
Yes.
You're talking about loincloths and like
Yeah.
decency stuff?
No,
or-
I'm talking like they have enough clothes to survive. They don't want to kill
They
these
have
people.
enough
They're
clothes,
like
they are
they're
nicer.
obviously like brutalizing them, but not
Gotta put, like,
just for
damage up
shits and
that.
giggles. They're just keeping them weak. They
Okay.
have
why-
enough clothes to survive the cold,
Do
but
I
they have
notice-
nothing beyond that. So you see these other two people start getting tied up, and they like rough you up a bit more because they can see like you're taking a beating, and they just rough you up a bit more, give you some more kicks, and start like look at you, and one of them in broken common just says, like looks down to you and says, "Now don't cause us any problems, and we won't have to kill you and anyone else around." As they start unbagging you, but you're still hogtied. Because it is genuinely hard to move. You're in a very compromised position. And they go to start stringing you up unless there's anything you're doing about it. And I will say, none of you
question.
so far. I mean, you see generally. Are you guys looking for any of the leaders or anything like that, or are you just looking around for like what the camp looks like?
Oh, well, initially that.
All right. Well, yeah. So you see, there's the one like center tent, towards like the north of that. There's like a bigger clearing where you see there might have like their little party, and then all around there's like the four main like post areas, and then a bunch of smaller tents and just like living arrangements.
Okay. So my question again is, with it being near noon and we're still in the middle of a forest, how is the lighting in this area? Is it just bright light everywhere, no shadows, nothing? Or do you say it's like kind of dimmish light with the light breaking through like the tree line?
It's not super heavily forested. There's like, it's pines, so it's not like keeping out all of the snow. It's just it's not heavy forested. Like, you can still very clearly see up into the sky. So there is a decent bit of light. It's not. There's really only darkness like right below. Like, it's only dim right below trees where they don't have torches and stuff, because they do have torches and stuff up in order to just keep warm. There's a handful of campfires and everything.
Okay. Well, do I notice anyone with like any ranged weaponry? Just real quick.
I mean, you see a ton of people with different types of weapons. The people currently beating you up mostly have melee stuff, but you see the goblin has a hand crossbow strapped to their side. You see a handful of people with just assorted weapons. Everyone has different stuff.
Okay. I don't think I can really do anything right now besides get hogtied, so...
So yeah, and it's insanely uncomfortable. Like, you're barely able... Like, what you're seeing from what people are doing, it's mostly like you're getting your wrists bound, and then you're barely able to plant your feet, and you're almost having to move your, like, use your fingers, because you can't move your wrists. Use your fingers to, like, push on the wood to try to hold yourself up, because you're just naturally falling back, and it hurts your wrists really bad.
Okay.
But they string you up, and a handful of people, like, lift you up and then start tying you up. One of the bugbears, like, slams you, like, pushes your head into the wood, like the pole, and just, like, holds you there. And he, like, leans in towards you and says, "Yes, the ox is here. Maybe you'll even get to meet them." And just, like, pulls back as they finish binding you up. So, Sonder, I'm assuming, are you kind of just gonna wait for a sign or something?
My intention.
Are you actively trying to do anything? Because your face is into the pole, so you can hardly see anything.
I can see the sky, correct?
Yeah.
I am probably just gonna wait until it's dark out, because we can always dimension door back. Which is kind of metagaming, but that's my shtick.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know Ethel can do that.
Yeah.
She doesn't
But
like
that
it.
would be my plan, is to sit there and wait until it's dark out so I can take advantage of my kid instead of being in the middle of night or daytime.
Alright. So Ethel and Ralrut, what are you guys doing?
Well, do I have a pretty good layout of the land?
You would say so. So, I mean, you did your check just to get the general, like, layout of the area. Ethel, you pretty much have free reign. You don't have to worry about stealth.
Okay. I'm still
Ralrut,
peeking
stealth
around.
is a big component for you.
Question.
Okay.
Like, it's hard for you to see much, even with your high roll, just because you need to stay hidden.
Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
out
I
of
was
curiosity,
I could
out of the slavers,
go buckets off the ground after
Can
this
I
is over
tell-
and get money back.
if there's, like, if they're
Right.
predominantly
Yeah.
male or predominantly female.
It's mixed.
Okay. Just curious. I'm beetling around, sniffing stuff, investigating.
Alright, and at this point, I will say, Sonder, you are exhausted.
Okay.
I'm
Wait, aren't I
sorry.
immune to the exhaust? No, never mind.
So I'm
I'm
realizing
falling
I
on the ground.
accidentally got rid of my exhausted, like, my
Okay.
Wait,
version
do
of it.
I roll for Constitution to see if I get exhausted?
Past a certain amount of time, you just get exhausted.
Even with 20 Constitution. Okay.
Yeah, the 20 Constitution is why you managed to stay conscious and be enslaved this long without getting exhausted yet.
Okay,
But
so
I will
what does
look
that even
through
do?
this.
I don't know what that does.
I have it right here. So exhaustion?
Yeah, the lightning bag
So pretty much all of your checks are reduced by 1. Every roll you make is reduced by 1, and your
Decrement
or
die?
actually I'd say you have a decremented die on everything, and your speed is reduced by 5.
Okay.
And so, I mean, that'll pretty much, it's just as you gain more stacks of exhaustion, it'll decrement again, and then whatever, like so on and so forth.
Well, she's
Um,
sleeping.
So yeah, is there anything else? Yeah, so Ralrut and Ethel, what are you guys doing?
Aw, I'm falling thunder on it, people.
Yeah, so are you checking out anything in particular? So you
Oh
see
wait,
the big,
Eliza gave me good berries.
you see
before
the
I
big
left.
main tent?
I did give him good berries before I left.
At this point, they've worn off with how long it's been.
And we did have a plan to drop good berries along the trail.
They only last 24 hours before disappearing.
They don't disappear, they just...
I want to
disappear
metagame
in
so
the
hard
berries.
right now, but I'll be quiet. Be quiet.
What's so fun about metagaming, man?
That is true. What's fun about having a plan and wanting to share it, but never mind. Okay, keeping on.
Okay. Well, yeah. What are you guys doing? It's entirely on whatever you guys are doing.
Sonder. Following Sonder. Is that a fucking bell?
Well, I mean, okay. So obviously, I want to see where they placed Sonder. Am I able to hear that?
Oh, what are you doing?
After I get the layout of the land, can I see if I know where they place Sonder?
Yeah. It takes you a bit. I'll say make another stealth check and then another perception check.
Die. Okay. Nat 20 on the stealth.
Oh, nice.
22 on the perception.
Oh, nice. So yeah, you sneak around, and eventually you do see Sonder. You see he's tied up. He looks beaten to shit, but still alive.
Who's around?
A lot more slay. I mean, there's a handful of people just watching, keeping watch, so you're having to stay low. But Sonder, with your passive, you notice the echo.
There's no way I can just. You can't speak through it, right? And he would definitely be seen if I was like, we're just having a conversation and then he just fucking walks off.
Yeah, I mean, the most because you can't talk, you're still gagged. The most you could do
Oh,
is
no, that
like.
is true, yeah. Oh, sign language. I forgot.
Oh yeah, you could sign.
I'll sign and go like, wait, night, wait, night.
Roll sleight of hand.
Hey, come on. I mean, well, my it's a good sleight of hand, but okay, that is a 27.
Oh yeah, Ralrut, you get the message.
Okay. Okay, okie dokie.
Is there anything else you guys?
Never mind, that was 28 sleight of hand.
Okay.
Still.
Am I able to hear how he said that's where the ox is, or do I at least see the ox?
No. I mean, you can go search around for them.
Do I know how they look like?
No. I mean, you just heard, like, their names.
Time to track down every bugbear, hobgoblin, and goblin in the camp. Make a little note of them, all their locations. Well, question for me. I don't know if I can see it. Maybe I'll have to make a perception check at a disadvantage or something. But you said there's about a dozen people here and a dozen slaves, so about 24 in total. Or wait, is that something I would even know?
In your area, just getting pulled up, I'll say you saw. You saw like 10 in your area.
Okay. And you said there were goblins, hobgoblins, and bugbears, so I guess it's not really going to help. Let's try and... I mean, do I notice anyone who's dressed differently or standing out that while I was getting dragged and tied up?
Not in particular, no.
Okay. I don't think I can really do anything. Can I try and make, like, I have insane acrobatics. Can I try and, like grip the pole in a way that is more comfortable? Like,
oh yeah, I mean that's not. You don't even need to roll for that. It's more comfortable for you just because you've got the strength for it, but it's still shitty.
Oh wait, no, I know what to do. Wait. I use my Eldritch Scarf to kind of reach in, and my hands are already here, and then I'm gonna try and slip the ring of whatchamacallit onto like my closest finger, so I guess my thumb, and then I can just stand on the pole.
Yeah,
and then
with just your fingers.
While
you can touch it, and
well,
I mean,
yeah, my fingers, and
yeah,
then
no, that's what I'm saying.
around it.
It's because you can just like touch, and you're holding yourself up.
Okay.
So you're just. Like,
do I have to roll sleight of hand for that?
No.
Okay.
You get the ring on.
I do that, and then I'm gonna just sit there and rest while I wait for nightfall.
All right. Ralrut and Ethel again. Are you guys looking for anything in particular?
Just look for the bugbear.
All right, roll investigation.
Yeah, I'm gonna be sneaking around, like, where Oliver is,
Oh,
like, staying
okay.
near Sonder,
No
but
way!
looking around, trying to keep an eye out for anybody who catches my eye, who seems
Oh,
to be
that's
some
into that
kind of
run.
authority.
Roll
I
investigation.
got a 1 times fire multiplier and died instantly.
19
Fuck.
plus
Fuck.
investigation.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of time, so I'm keeping that in mind. This is just going to be one more roll, like searching for the rest of the day. Until 21? Alright. How long are you guys planning on waiting before making any kind of move?
It's almost noon, you said, so around like 10 or 11, you'd say.
Yeah. So,
Uh,
Ralrut, Ethel, how long are you guys waiting? Because that's
Oh,
like
okay.
your...
I'm gonna hang around for, like, as long as I see anything.
Okay, so Ralrut, when are you thinking of striking?
Okay, well, I'm gonna try to camp where Sonder is.
Saunders?
Yeah,
Yeah, but like, what time are you waiting until to do something? Like, make a move on the camp?
well, the fucking at night where he says.
Alright.
Yeah,
So-
and then in the meantime,
I
I
would
want
say
to.
like 6 or 7 hours because it's winter, and so it gets darker sooner. So 5:36 ish, if it's the same.
Yeah. So you guys... you guys look around. Ethel,
Yes.
you make your
Well, first,
way...
wait, hold up. Do I at least find the
or beat them.
leader's thing, their base?
I mean, yeah, you see the big tents. You go around, and eventually, while looking around, you see a goblin running around, just shouting in Goblin, and just like ordering people around. No other goblin in the camp seems to be taking any other kind of leadership position, so you immediately pin that's got to be Sichuan.
Okay.
And similarly, you see the camp is almost divided in 4. And I mean, just looking through each of the sections, you see one of the smaller ones. There is Sichuan. Then you see Ethel. You see around where Sonder is just sticking by him, you see there is a hobgoblin sort of shouting at people. You assume that to be Klezrad. Kegror, the bugbear, known as the Ox. So funnily enough, Sonder, you did get pulled in by the Ox's men.
I thought you were gonna say the ox himself. I was sitting there
No.
like, fuck.
No,
I done fucked up.
Ralrut.
Yep.
You also end up pinning Klezrad towards like the northeast of the camp.
Okay.
You see, they all seem to be preparing, and every once in a while they walk in and out of the main tent, like just them, just the lieutenants.
Just them. Can I threat assessment any of them, or like threat assess?
I mean, you need to see them in combat for that.
Okay, I got a question. Are they like? Is it like a Jabba the Hutt type of like situation, or?
What do you mean? I haven't seen.
Because like, okay, so spoilers to anyone who hasn't seen Star Wars, but Jabba the Hutt, he's like a very powerful gangster. It's not that he's like a super powerful Jedi or a Sith Lord or anything. No, he just has a lot of power because he has a lot of money. Is that what makes these gangsters like super?
You see, I mean, none of them, from what you can tell, seem super powerful. They're not preying. They're preying on everyday people. They're not like hunting super powerful individuals. They're just capturing the everyday person and selling them if they happen to walk through the muir holds.
Okay.
So I mean, you'd assume the lieutenants and stuff they might be a bit stronger, but I mean, you'd assume you'd be able to take them on pretty well. But I mean, you're not too sure about the lieutenants, and none of you have pinned Drudek, the Grand.
Okay.
Although you assume he's probably in the main tent. But Ralrut, that's a little too far. Like, I mean, you could try, but it'd be very difficult for you to get in there stealthily.
Okay.
So Bethel, you see all this, and you see For you, stealthing is not an issue. So do you want to try going to that main tent?
Yes.
Sure.
Alright, so Beetle.
That's something that they do in Critical Role that annoys me when they had pets that like were insects and they were still rolling perception to see them, and I was sitting there and I was like,
Fucking
bro, it's
insect.
a bug.
It's a
It's a
fucking
bug. You're not gonna
bug.
notice it, and even if you do notice it, you're gonna be like, oh, it's a bug.
I mean, no, that's the thing. For Ethel, a bee is definitely out of place here. So if she were to get spotted by someone insanely perceptive, that would be sus as hell.
Can I do that like at
But I'm so tiny.
kind of at nightfallish?
Yeah, once it gets darker, sure. But if
Yeah.
Ethel wants to go now during the day, she's more than capable. Are you going to, or are you going to wait for...
I'm going
Okay.
to.
So you fly your way in,
I'm scouting it.
where you see... Immediately, as you just start flying forward... whatever. There's no point in doing a whisper kind of thing. Ethel, they're immediately... Actually, I will. Fellas, I'm gonna... kick you out for a sec.
Wait, can't you just mute yourself?
No, because I want this to
Oh.
be... Yeah, so you fellas will be right back. I'll pull you back
Okay.
in. So Ethel, you fly over to the main tent, and there's immediately, like, just big... You hear already, there's still people moving food in and out, and you immediately catch wind of what seems to be some kind of big, heavy footsteps.
Okay. Are
Um,
they shaking me as I'm flying? That would be atrocious. Oh,
what,
no.
are you shaking as you're flying?
No, I mean because I'm so small, fucking something that large. Like if I were walking on the ground.
No,
See,
you're not
like,
walking.
I know. I'm just imagining like Bugs Life and shit when they.
Oh, yeah.
When,
But
yeah.
you fly it through, and immediately you see a very large creature. Almost looks like a... It's the first thing you see. Almost looks like maybe a troll, but no, this seems like a giant for sure.
Mhm.
And you get a look at it. Give me a second. And you see it's a very large, like, blank white-skinned, giant creature.
Are you sending it somewhere?
I would... here, I can pull it up on my screen.
Oh, I can see.
That works better.
Holy fuck! Is that what I'm seeing?
It is huge, and it's
Fuck
got
that.
tattoos around it. As well as... You see what looks to be like a very large lizard snake thing. Two huge creatures on either side of this big tent, and right up like a middle lane, there is who you assume to be Druid, just sitting up on a throne.
Druid.
What Druid? The main hobgoblin, looking down
Okay.
and talking to Sichuan right now.
Okay.
As you see, the two big beasts are being fed.
And do either of the beasts have, like, can I tell if they have sentience? If they are
I mean, you'd assume, just based on how these kinds of creatures are, the giant has some sort of sentience.
Okay.
Like, it may be a little dumb, but specifically this one. But it seems to be here of its free volition, probably because it's being fed so much.
Okay.
And the other creature just seems to be a beast that they've tamed.
Okay.
And is there anything you want to do in this room, or just see? Because you don't understand any of the talking or anything. So probably just see, I'd say.
Yeah,
Unless
I'm
there's
gonna
anything
chill in
crazy
the
on
corner
it.
for a few. I'm gonna going through my options in my brain while staring at this and trying to absorb as much as I possibly can.
Alright. Yeah, so unless there's anything you want to do, I will pull them back in. I couldn't think of much you'd
Yeah.
be able to.
Everything is for me.
Alright. So, fellas, you are
That
back.
was crazy. You guys missed so much.
You guys here?
Yes,
Yep,
ma'am.
Alright, Albert, camera.
Oh, my camera's not back on?
No, it's not automatically on. Yeah, but eventually, Nightfall does come, and all of you guys are just searching. So Ethel and Ralrut, the two of you reconvene. And what are you guys doing? So you're now just back by each other, and it's about nightfall. It's pretty dark. Huh?
I'm gonna try to use Echo Avatar and get a peek into the
Yeah,
tent.
are you... Once
I'm
it gets
staying.
darker... You're staying inside of the tent?
Should I go back?
Oh, I thought you guys at a certain point would come back together.
I was gonna stay until anything, like until one of them left, and follow them out. I guess I'll go back and tell him.
Yeah.
But that means I can't be Ethel.
Yeah, I'm back.
Fine.
Alright,
I'll go
so you
around
guys
and let
reconvene.
them
What do you guys... Are you guys talking about anything? Are you doing anything?
know. Yes.
What's the plan?
In that big tent over there, they have Did I say the ox go in there? Because I followed him in there.
Yeah, a handful. They were just going in and out talking about
okay.
stuff.
Okay.
They're just preparing.
But so Druid and then the guy whose name starts with S that I wrote down S and
Sichuan.
thanks.
Szechuan sauce.
Stop it.
Which one's up? Hey, that's what I said.
Okay. So Sichuan and Druid were in there. There is a big ass fucking giant in there. Like, I'm talking massive and fucking scary. He seems to be pretty he seems to be aware of like his presence. Like, he seems to be smart-ish, but he seems to be kind of chilling there because they feed him a fuck ton. He's a big motherfucker. But anyway, there's also a lizard there who's also massive and has a shit ton of legs. And he seems to be like a tamed beast. So maybe I can, we can use him to help. We can manipulate him. But we'll see.
So, are you guys doing anything?
What are you doing? You want me to eat the lizard?
Yeah, eat the lizard.
Now you just keep sighing over there.
Yeah, so,
Wolf.
Do you want? Wait, I guess I wouldn't. I wouldn't even know she was a beetle. I was gonna say, do I notice her?
Beeful! Beeful! I'm a bee!
With my passive perception of
Oliver,
21.
I'm a bee!
No. Yeah, so,
And they call me
Ralrut,
Beetle
what's...
because
Ralrut
I'm a
and
beetle.
Ethel, what's the
I'm
plan?
not a beetle. Oh
Okay,
my
so-
God. Oh, bee.
Mhm.
Are all like the guards like spread out at all, or are they just?
They seem to be convening towards the front, like the bigger clearing above the big tent.
Above the big tent? So the big tent centralized, kind of.
Yeah. You see, they seem to be gathering together.
I have a question.
You see, at this point, they're not taking any of the slaves off, but they are getting... You see, the three leaders are now walking with all of their men behind them up towards the, like, center area.
Quick question.
Yeah.
With me literally now technically standing on the spike and totally comfortable, could I have taken a short rest while I was sitting there waiting?
Totally
I don't think
comfortable.
totally comfortable is the right way. You're dangling.
Yeah,
'Cause-
but I can literally stand on any surface, so I'm just sitting there waiting.
Oliver, do you think a marshmallow? that
Yeah, do you
looks like
think...
a
Because you're
bed
mostly
that's
undressed at this
sticking out
point.
of the
Would you be able to sleep in,
Well,
like...
that wasn't said. I still have my cloak and everything. That wasn't taken off, was it?
They would have... they would have kept the cloak.
I have cloak, scarf. It's middle of winter, you know. I wasn't given
Yeah,
an
but-
opportunity to, like a persuasion check to keep it. Like, hey, I'm gonna die if you take it off.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to rest comfortably in, like... They also
At this
haven't been
point,
fed.
can you
you
rest
need
while
food
standing?
to rest. I don't think
Also-
you can rest.
Yeah,
while
I do
standing.
need food to rest.
God mentioned that all the people
Right.
were getting their clothes, like any unnecessary clothes taken away.
I am not God.
DM Lordship said that the people. I'm not saying.
No, he said that they mostly had clothes taken away, but it was never said that I had anything taken away. I was just put on the spike.
Yeah, I mean, you seem to be... You and the two people with you were like a last-minute addition to the pile.
Alright, I'll put on... could I have put on the potion band as well while waiting?
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm just gonna use the last potion.
Alright. So Ethel and Ralrut, what's the plan? So at this point, most of the slave-like stakes, they're left mostly unguarded at this point.
11 points of healing. Oh, that sucked.
Unless anything particularly like loud were to happen, I mean, everyone's convening up top.
Okay.
If Ethel remembered our plan.
What was our plan? That was a long
Sorry,
time
my
ago,
contractor
Albert.
called me.
Make Eliza do a memory check so I can remind her.
It's all good.
It's all, never mind. I'm metagaming so hard right now. So now just be quiet. Fuck.
Oliver wants me to do memory check, Alex.
Yeah. So what are you
Should I
guys doing, Ralrut and Ethel?
I'll do a memory
Okay.
check because I'll
I don't even know what he's. I'm not even sure.
I don't know if I should try to
We had a
save
plan.
Sonder
I
or.
guess.
Okay, how many people are guarding Sonder though?
That
At
is
this
true,
point,
actually.
none. Everyone's been taken up top.
And is there any lighting near the slave pens, or are they just kind of like forgotten in the corner?
A few. I mean, they seem to be comfortable in the fact that these people are starved and exhausted enough to not be able to escape, especially in their current situation. So everyone's just convening up top.
And when you say everyone, it's literally everyone. There's
Oh,
no one
yeah,
behind me joining us anymore.
Pretty much everyone is going up top.
And they're heading towards the middle tent,
Above the
For my-
middle tent.
above the middle tent.
So if you picture, there's a middle tent here. There are pens. There's one pen here, one pen here, or like stakes here, stakes here, stakes here, stakes
Okay.
here. Sonder, you're down here, and everyone is moving up top, up here.
So
Is there any
past me.
Is there a possibility of me trying to catch the fucking boss? Sorry, the boss is off guard or unguarded or anything?
I mean,
Unguarded.
they're with every one of the Iron Bands is all grouping up top.
Okay.
But they are leaving the stakes and the slaves completely unguarded.
All right,
Like
then.
you're pretty much able to walk up into the camp now, Ralrut.
All right, so this is
Like
what I'm gonna
you
do.
physically.
So okay, all the slaves.
Can I try and tying myself?
I'm gonna go up to the slaves and be like, "All right, guys. Okay. Here's the plan. I'm
Are you trying
gonna
to
go
break
to
out
Ethel.
or untie yourself?
Untie myself.
I'm gonna try to start a revolution. You know, Try to get all
Make
the-
a sleight of hand check. This would
That
not be
is
something-
an 18 plus 14, so 32.
Let's say, I mean, you can start trying to. It's just a very you have this range of motion. Like that's it. That's all you've got.
Oh wait, no, I don't have my Eldritch Scarf. Can I use
You
my
do.
Eldritch
It's
Scarf
just
kind
not
of-
super strong. It can carry 10 pounds
Well,
max. So that's the most force it can carry. The most force it can exert.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like, there's got to be a knot somewhere, right? So that's what I'm trying. You don't need a lot of
Yeah.
force to untie a knot.
It'll just take a bit.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Just continue going.
Yeah. So Ralrut, you're moving up to the slave stakes.
Okay. I'm gonna try to see if I can entice the slaves to rise up. Well, obviously they're gonna want to fucking do that, but I'm gonna be like, all right, guys, I'm gonna try to break them out, and then we're gonna try to move up. Start a
Do I
revolution.
notice?
They
Do I
might
notice?
not want to do that.
Do I
Yeah.
notice?
Are you guys first going to where Sonder is?
Sure.
Yeah. So you guys go over. Sonder, you see them.
Oh, thank
and-
goodness! Give me a fucking good berry right now, please. Give me a good berry.
I
You could have given me a
Yeah,
good berry
but-
this whole
Yeah,
time.
Ralrut,
You're
you can
invisible.
just
Give me a
start
good
cutting
I'm
berry.
people
holding
out.
a good berry, and I'm like, oh, I love these. And I
You
eat
could have
one.
put one in my mouth while invisible. We
I
had a
eat
plan,
one.
Ethel. It was to give me a good berry every
And then I
day.
hold a second
And
one, and I'm like, wow,
you just
I only
Sonder's
make a
looking at
certain
you,
amount
Ethel,
of
and
these.
he just.
I only have
Damn
a
it.
certain amount of these.
I'm
That I can
to all of
cast at a
them and
given
put like
time, and I'm
the
just
the
eating
you know
them.
like the shushing
Yeah.
thing.
So you're just cutting people free, right?
Yeah, I'm
Ralrut,
gonna
I'd
cut
assume.
people free, and then I'm gonna go to Ethel and be like, try to give all the strong ones good berries. We need
And
them.
me. And me.
How
Sonder.
many?
Can't hear me
How many
now.
spell slots are you
Fucking
spending on
God,
good
cut me
berries?
free for God's
Probably
sake.
like 3. But give me a second. I'm taking all of my old ones that I've been holding in my pocket. They look like good berries, but they don't have the, effect anymore. And I'm acting like I just casted it, and I'm looking at Sonder's face, and I'm like, wow, I only have a limited amount of these
I
that I
have
can eat.
32 of
And I just
130 hit points. Don't fuck with me right now.
I'm just eating them, and I'm like, wow, it sucks that, I can't understand what you're saying, but these are really good.
Oh, wait, I still have the cloak, right? And it's complete pitch black darkness?
Yeah.
Alright, wait, how many times?
So Ethel, you guys have counted up at this point. There's a total of like, there's a total of. Sorry, give me a second.
Wait, I used my Eldritch Scarf to take the gag off my mouth.
All right. There's a total of like 39 slaves here.
Okay. And how many do you think could fight?
Most of these people.
The
Oh
Goliath.
yeah, you don't need to keep.
I cast it 4 times.
Yeah, you just don't need to keep spamming me. How many does
Oh.
each casting make?
Oh, 10, I think. Let me double check.
10? Goodberry's wacky, dude.
Whatever.
Holy shit! So yeah, you could
Okay.
give everybody a Goodberry. God damn.
Yay!
Yeah, but you can give everyone a Goodberry, but most of them are still fucked up. I would say only like I'll roll this. There wouldn't be very many. So you think only like a good 9 could actually fight?
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna go up to those 9 and try to. I'll be like, hey, I'll send you a signal, and not really, but you'll know when to go in, and try to take out as many people as possible. I'm gonna try to clean up this operation.
Roll a persuasion check, because they just say to you, "Look, we think."
Is there the Goliath? Do you notice the Goliath at all?
Yeah, he's
Sorry,
one of the
sorry.
people able to fight. He looks like maybe 16,
20.
20. You speak to them.
Not 20. I'm gonna speak to him in Goliath and be like, I know how this feels, and I know you want revenge. I could give that to you. Follow my lead.
Well, they all look to you and they say, "Look, we are in no condition to fight, but we think. Are you here to kill them? Are you here? What are you here to do?"
Do I hear this?
Justice.
Yeah, you guys are all together at this point. Well, they say,
I took my
"Look,
thing off and I'm like, you'll be in condition when she feeds you your berries.
They will
Justice.
not. Well, no, the berries it heals 1 hit point. These people have been starved for days.
All right. I'm gonna go.
They just say.
Tell,
They say, "Look, if we go into fight, they will just slaughter us. But we could probably give you a distraction. If we take people off into the woods, they won't try to kill us. They want to sell us. We're valuable to them. If you can take these people out, we can draw away most of the smaller minions, the bandits. You can take on the leaders."
Yeah, that's a great idea. What's your name?
My name, Desrun.
All right, Desrun. Sounds like a hefty plan to me.
He says, and you see he's limping, but
Okay.
he
Hey,
none of them have weapons, but they just sort of.
can I give? Let's see. I know I could give something. I'll give one of one of my ram rock. Actually, two of them. One of my ram rockets. So I'll just take 2 of them.
And they take them and they say, whenever you make your move, we will use these, and I don't know, throw snowballs or something. Just get their attention.
Yeah.
We don't want to be slaughtered in these woods, but we'll just distract.
Hey, yo, I still have the javelin. Yo, I could give one of them the javelin.
Which javelin?
Morvrax's javelin, the one that he used back in way in episode 10 or something.
All right. Yeah, I mean they're saying they'd rather not they don't want to outright attack because they don't want to be perceived as a threat and slaughtered. They just want to be they just want to flee and then waste time for you guys.
Yeah,
to
exactly. Okay, that's perfect then.
I also pipe up and I'm like, hey, by the way, if you see a big wolf guy, do not attack him. He's fine.
All right.
I'm gonna go
Okay. The leaders, are they like on a sort of Caesar-esque throne, or when they're on top of like all the other bandits?
You haven't gone over to see what that is yet. You would have to definitely stealth up there.
Am I go on my Echo Avatar and that shit? Hood up, by the way.
All right, make a stealth check.
All right, not bad. What's my stealth? Stealth is ouch. +5. All right. 17.
Hey, do any of you guys have healing potions, by the way, or like a healing spell, or something?
You know,
I have booze.
Do you have any mayonnaise? You know, I'm really craving some mayonnaise lately.
I don't have any of those things at all.
Insight
Oh,
check.
is it?
Do I believe her?
I'm just kidding.
They don't. I mean, most of them they don't have shit.
No.
They've had most of their.
Well, no,
shit
I'm talking about my party members, not.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Eliza.
I'll cast. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was gonna cast Hero Wounds on you.
Around a lot of things, including.
Eliza.
What? Oh, yeah, I guess so.
All right. Give me a second. So yeah, what do you guys do? Plan
I'm
that out.
casting Cure Wounds on him.
So what did I
Alright.
see, Alec, in my Echo Avatar? It was
what'd you roll on
17 on stealth.
So you stay a bit back. It seems like for the most part, people are just they're kind of just drinking, partying. You
Feel
hear
fine.
like the leaders sort of give a very short speech.
How are they placed? Because are the leaders placed on a Caesar-esque throne and stuff
The
like
leaders are like up in front with Drudek definitely on like a throne.
that? Okay.
Why is
Okay. Is there a way
And
for me
it-
to sneak up behind them?
Potentially, yeah.
Okay. Alright. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to sneak up behind them. And okay, because my plan is to put up a ram rocket behind them, and like try to like explode it onto them and shit like that. A surprise attack, and that'd be like the whole thing.
All right.
So once
I've got a
the
question.
slaves-
Just, I mean, in general, do you guys want to do this big fight? Like, go through a big fight tonight, or do you want to put it off? Like, we could finish this tomorrow. It
I'm
would
game
just,
for it right now.
it would start and just be the combat, because it, we'll probably be here pretty late into the night if we want to do the combat.
Like 12, 11. I'm game for anything.
All right.
Why does it do a couple jumping jacks? Wake up a bit.
5:30.
Okay, before we start anything, I gotta pee again. Also, my question dinner, because I knew I have to.
Bro, I didn't eat.
Just a quick
I
intermission.
didn't eat.
Back in seconds.
Oh, I did eat though. We ate the pasta.
Oh, all right. So, I mean, you guys,
Are we taking a potty break?
are we?
Yo, I gotta pee.
You can go use the bathroom if you'd like.
Oliver just took the bathroom from me.
So yeah, I mean,
Look at my fake Ethel mini.
I will say, I'm getting a tad tired, but if you guys want to push it, we can try.
Or you can make it a skill, like half of it battle, and then the other half a skill challenge.
Oh, because I
make it
mean,
easier.
the big thing, it's just gonna be you guys fighting the leaders, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just gonna be that. It's just, do you guys want to keep playing until like, I don't know, 10:30, 11.
You know what? I'm free tomorrow after 7 if you could do that.
I mean, I think that would be better just because you guys get the night to prepare.
Okay.
But I know Oliver's gonna be, not pissy,
pissed.
but
He'll
like
be
bummed
okay.
out about it.
Yeah, we could do it tomorrow if you're not feeling up to it, Alex. It's okay.
Alright, yeah, we'll get right up to it, and then we'll just
Alright,
finish
then.
it up tomorrow.
Don't tell Oliver. Make Oliver all excited. And
All right, then.
Yeah, we'll get right up to it, and then we'll be like, and we're gonna end the session there. Yeah, but we'll.
This child
Alright.
never stops talking about
We'll do it tomorrow then.
Alright. Well, yeah, we're gonna get right up to it though. We'll still go for a little
Alright.
bit. Yeah. So what's your plan right now?
So, when the slaves do their distraction, when the leaders get out, like, what the fuck is that? I'm gonna set off the ram rocket to like for it to like.
Oh, so you're gonna
ambush them.
signal. You're gonna signal them first, and then you guys.
No,
'Cause
no, they're gonna
they-
sing. Oh, they're gonna.
Yeah. So
signal
whatever
me.
you want, because they were thinking they were gonna, whatever you.
Yeah,
s-
they do this distraction, and when all the minions like go there, I'm gonna set off the ram rocket on all the leaders.
All right. Well, the guy first asks you, or the guy first he starts getting the weaker people and starts shoveling them, like taking them first, just to get them away, like the people who can't even run or walk. So you guys, in the end, are left with maybe like a good 18, I'd say, people who are capable of just like like at the bare minimum jogging out of here to get attention.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. So when they do that distraction, I'm gonna set off that ram rocket, but that take it all up to combat, I think.
All right. Yeah. So right when my guy is Oliver is back, we can do our thing. I'm gonna see. Well, how many hit points is he even at?
I just healed him.
Yeah, but he's still fucked up. Keep in mind, you also have the staff, Eliza.
Yeah, I used. Oh, fuck, wait.
And
Does that
yeah,
make
you
a
can use the
spell
staff instead of your own
That is a
ability.
charge. Oh.
It has its own charges.
Yeah, but it doesn't heal as much. It does. At level 3, it was saying it does. Like for cure wounds, the redux does like twice as much.
Yeah, that staff, I just haven't updated it. It does that.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
So you can just say that spell slot, give yourself that spell slot back, and mark off the charges.
But how does that make sense? Because then I could just constantly do like level 5 cure, or level 6 cure wounds.
Yeah, if the staff costs like tens of thousands of gold.
Wait, but does the level indicate how many charges I used?
Read the staff.
I can't remember.
It's whatever the staff says.
You
So
guys
for
just
the
hit
staff,
the button.
cure wounds is 1 charge per level up to 4th. So you could have done 4
Oh.
charges to get 4th level.
Okay.
There's also mass cure wounds. You
Alright.
could have healed everybody around here, including like the slaves and everything.
Bro, I thought that I knew this at one point. but my
So for
brain
mass
was
cure
all
wounds, you could have gotten 6d6 plus 5 on everybody in a 30-foot cube. So you could have healed everybody if you want to use 5 charges to heal. At that point, you'll have way more people to run, and way more healthy people.
Okay. Did you just roll that for me?
Do you want to do it, or do I do it?
No, I clicked in the foundry and it started rolling and I was confused.
Oh, so
I
no.
think that was me. I'll do it though.
Oh, you could have just used that roll.
Oh, for everybody?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because,
yeah.
I mean, it's 66 plus 5
Then
is
go.
what it would have been. Alright, so Ralrut, if you're down any hit points, it was
29.
29 hit points.
I'm
All
still
of
full health.
all of the slaves gain 29 as well. And most of them now are capable of running. A few, like,
You're
children and stuff
welcome.
are still pretty badly messed up.
You're welcome.
But there's a lot of people capable of running now.
Ethel draws
So yeah,
a big dick.
I mean, yeah, you pretty much see Ethel
with
with the staff. So you switch staffs, Ethel, from your own
I'm
carved
holding
one.
both.
Slam it down. Oh, you hold one in each hand?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Oh, baby.
So you slam down the staff of healing, and it digs into the snow, and you see the healing the radial healing spell go out, and everybody in the sphere gains those 29 hit points. So
Oh, I
mark
got
off,
another 29 hit points?
No,
Oh, yeah.
No, it's the same
no,
amount.
It's the same one.
because she realized she can use the staff,
And it's,
and for a certain number of charges, she could heal that exact same amount to everybody. So with mass cure
but
wounds,
I'll heal you more in a second. Stop looking like a big.
yeah. So everyone gains, all of the slaves gain those hit points.
And it's fine.
Yeah. So that's mass cure wounds. So it was 5.
And I'm gonna fix my spell spots right now.
And then if you want to do any other healing, but
Yeah, I'm about to heal in a second. Right now. I'm gonna use. Where's my boundless sword? Where's my boundless sword? Or not? Yeah. Boundless sword. Maybe. I don't know. Boundless sword. Where the fuck is it? God, I just have a quick tea.
All right.
Sorry.
Well. So yeah, while Ethel figures out that healing.
Oh, it's literally right here. I skipped it. Oliver, you. How much do I want to give you? It's a D8, right? It's my.
Those are D8. I don't know.
D8 or D?
I just click on it.
It doesn't tell me. You didn't tell me.
Just say D8. How many are you giving? So what are you guys doing? Are you moving up behind the stage and then setting up the ram rockets?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Alright, so all of you make stealth check. Are you all moving in together?
D8.
Why don't I move up behind it, and then you guys could set up wherever. Because my plan is to set up 2 ram
Good
rockets,
question.
set it behind the.
Are the goblins still moving behind the whatchamacallit?
All of them are already there by now. At this point, yeah, you guys wouldn't have been able to do this if they weren't all over there.
I got a
From there,
17 for stealth.
do I notice the
Wait, no,
person
no, no,
looking at-
hold up. 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 22. 22, sorry.
Alright, 22. Alright, Sonder, what angle are you coming in at? Are you also... So, picture it. All of the leaders are like here on a little stage. The big tent is back here. Ralrut's moving up and back.
Oliver.
In
Okay.
between the tent and the stage, and then all of the other guys are up here.
25? Okay.
Ethel, what direction are you coming in from?
Meh.
How are
Well, no,
you
I have a
going at
question.
this situation?
Are we
Oh,
all?
Mama.
Can we pretend we're back talking before we've left? Are we like with these? What are these ram rockets? I don't know whatever the hell you're.
Don't worry about it.
They're bombs. You get the general
Okay.
sense. There's some kind of bomb.
They're bombs. Am I setting some up as well, or is it only? It says I've lost connection to the server. Are you the only one who is setting this up, Ralrut?
Oh, excuse me. Yeah,
You are the only sole person setting this up.
I literally don't have 2.
Okay.
They're like
Well-
2 grenades. They're not like... he's not setting up dynamite. He's just lighting it and throwing them.
Is there any
Okay,
map? for
okay,
us to
fine.
look at?
If you want, you could help set me set.
No, that's not my question, or that wasn't my intention. My intention is I want you to throw these bombs, and then I want to transform and use my Grim Howl and try and fear as many people as I can, and then dash into the shadows and hide.
Or we could both throw them at the same time, so it hits them at 2 different angles, and. Or.
Well, couldn't you throw light two, and just throw 2 with?
Well, I mean,
there's
I'm
a
just
third
saying-
person here. Yeah.
So
Ethel,
okay,
too.
so
Oh wait,
if-
we have Ethel. Wait, can she
Yeah.
just fly up and drop them from above? We don't need to throw them. Dropping them would be so much easier than throwing them.
that's actually probably true. That's true. Let's do that then. Have her drop it, and then you fear them, and then I could come up with my Horax, and then yeah, let's do
My
that. Holy
Hor-
shit!
My Horax. Hoarfrost.
Alright, so we have. Is there any Alex? Is there any map we can look at?
I don't have one prepared for this.
That's fine. That's fine. I just
But it is. I mean, just picture it like this. Like almost a straight column. There's the big tent, little stage, and then all the like guards and everything. You
so the
guys
little
are.
stage when you're doing the map, it's as if we're looking at a map and not like the stage is sitting above the tent, like
No.
at a stand. Yeah,
No.
it's behind the big tent. Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
On one side of
Um.
on one side of the stage, there's the big tent. On the other side, there's the big group.
Okay.
And the stage is
Um,
really only like a few planks. It's like 7.5 feet up.
Which
It's
side do you
not-
want to take, Ralrut? Do you want to come in from the right or come in from the left?
Does it really matter?
Which side is less light? Do I
Which
notice
side
any
has less
torches? And yeah, we're going around the tent.
I mean, the
and
place.
closing in on the crowd.
It's generally symmetrically lit. Even like 10 feet off, or like I'd say like by the time you get 20 feet off the camp, everything's completely dark.
And the stage, is there any backing to the stage? Is it just a wooden platform that
No,
someone's staying
it's just
on?
like a few logs, and then like wooden planks across the top. It's not big. It's not big at all. Like the 4 people are barely able to stand on it. With now you see Drudek's like throne has been put up there.
Okay. Well, I'd like to go in around and kind of come in from behind the throne, from like the right side. So the stakes are right here, the tent's right here. I'd like to come in around, and then if this is the meeting area and this is the throne, I'd like to come in wide and come in from behind the throne.
All right.
And I imagine Ralrut will do the same thing.
I mean, coming down through the throne. I have my Horfrost. My Horax. You know, I'm just gonna call it Horax. I'm gonna try to use all its charges, or pretty
If
much
anything,
if not
anything,
all its.
when they're fearful of me, they're not going to run towards me. So if you want to have all of the people run towards me, if they happen to be feared, if you want them to run towards you, then you should come in and not follow me around. You should stick around. If I'm coming up from here,
what if they
you should
save
stick
though?
around.
Keep in mind these guys are still pretty.
Yeah, I know.
They're
But
probably
that's why we have the slaves. The slaves. Oh wait, we could probably wait. We could probably wait for the slaves to make a commotion, and then.
I know that was the plan, man.
All right. Well, we can still throw the bombs after the slaves make a commotion. We just drop them on the leaders instead.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I was planning on waiting for the slaves as distraction.
Well, if they're scared, then the slaves have a better chance of fucking surviving this. So, I guess it still stands. How with the stage right here and the crowd right here, all past that, is that just like wooded area, nothing else, no walls, nothing?
No walls, no.
If I come in and then instead of going behind the throne and coming from the side and fear them, if it works, they would all run away towards out in the woods.
Either way,
You'd
they're
assume,
gonna be distracted.
From what they told you, I mean, the slaves will run in whatever direction you want them to, but they plan on just dispersing out into the woods and having like the big crowd follow after them. That's the plan.
That's the plan.
But well,
Like
I'll go around.
the hope is you guys will be left alone with just the leaders to kill them.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Then if that's how it's gonna go, I'll just get close on either the right or left side. I don't think it matters, and then just hide and waiting for that to happen and the crowd to be drawn away. And then we can throw the bombs at the leaders and try to fuck them up.
I mean that was the plan anyways. So
Okay,
there's no need to make it more confusing than it has to be.
not my intention. Just a miscommunication.
All right. So, you guys start making your way up. Everyone, give me stealth checks. So Ethel, you're taking the 2 bombs and you're flying up above.
Wait, Ethel, can you use your staff thingy in order to make us more stealthy?
Not if she flies up. You guys need to be within 30 feet.
Okay. And Ralrut, can you use your stealth thing on yourself?
I don't have a stealth thing.
Don't you have your echoes of help or something?
Michael's assistance? Well, yeah, I guess. And
Well, I'm just saying if you can use it on yourself, because unless I roll terribly here. I'm just rolling a d4 for my advantage.
Yeah, he would need to give it to you before. He can't give it to you after you roll.
By now I would have transformed, I would say.
All right. So everyone gets in position.
Alright, let me roll my stealth. That is a.
All right,
that is a
Ralrut, you give
19
yourself
plus-
with Echo's assistance. Make the roll.
That is a 19 plus 13 plus a d4. Where's my d4?
3.
Total.
Oh, well, no.
What's your stealth roll?
Oh,
I have
yeah,
a 4. That's a 36. Wait, are you giving me Echo's assistance?
it's only myself.
Okay, that's fine. I got a 36 on my stealth roll, so I'm good.
All right.
21 till 24 total.
All right, Ethel, stealth check.
31.
God damn, guys.
Jesus Christ, man.
You guys are just stealthy as fuck. Yeah, but you guys...
Boom, gone.
Ethel flies up. Ethel, you've got the two bombs. Alright.
Wait, does she have a way to light them?
Yeah.
Before anything happens, I want to cast Shield of... Aspect of the Everbearer on myself.
Alright.
And then also, what's it called? I'll cast... Oh, no, I can only concentrate on 2 at a time. Never mind. No, never mind. That should be it.
Alright. Alright. So, you guys start getting into position. Ethel, you fly above. And you now see the whole group. You go up to the point where, like, you're pretty high up just so they can't see you. And you... Oh, what are you doing? You got 2 bombs.
Going up, can I see any of the, like, big people?
The what?
The big people. The important people.
The big creatures?
No, I mean, like, the dudes.
Like the leaders? Yeah. You see them. They're on the stage.
Can I drop them on them?
Yeah.
Can I light them?
Yeah.
I can use my
Do I have the
stuff?
people up? Yeah.
What? So they're waiting for whatever your cue is. Which I'd assume would be the explosions. So Ethel, you go up, and with a tinderbox, up in the air. You're sort of just flying there, your wings flapping. You hold both in your one hand, and you're like fiddling with the tinderbox. And you get both going, and you just sort of like put your arm out and just let the 2 bombs drop. As they go down on top of the stage, and you see all of them are just partying at this point, and Druid is just watching and just discussing with his lieutenants as they seem to be eating. As you watch, what does the bomb call for a save or something like that?
Let me check.
If you fail this save, you are maimed for the rest of your life.
You
Roll a d4 and choose a limb. If you roll a 1, you choose your left arm.
Where go? Sorry, inventory. Here it is. When this bomb goes off to each rocket, which then flies, on a failed save, the creature takes 3d10 and is knocked prone. On a successful save, creature takes half and isn't knocked prone.
Alright, because there are a ton of people in range, so the leaders might not necessarily get hit by the randomly flying rockets, but we will roll. So, on the 1, okay. So Druid is not targeted.
Wait, how is Druid not targeted?
Well, because the bomb, they blow up into 3 rockets that fly randomly.
Oh.
So I'm rolling to see who gets targeted and who doesn't. Klezrad is hit with 1. Kagor is not. And Sichuan is. So they're going to make saving throws. So dex saves.
You roll for both of them?
I am rolling right now. Sichuan, dex save. That is... Let me get this tab open bigger because it's a little small right now. That's a 12 for Klezrad and a 23 for Sichuan. God damn, that was a high roll for Sichuan. So the bombs fall, and just roll that damage, Ralrut. As you see the little rockets, 6 fly out randomly. Most of them go into the crowd of goblinoids who are just partying. But then Klezrad and Sichuan each take a smaller rocket. Sichuan, I'd say, actually ends up dodging the rocket with that 23. So what's the damage on that, Robert?
I'm rolling it
3d10.
right now. Oh, sorry, my Wi-Fi is being doo-doo.
It's okay. I can roll if you'd like.
Yeah, please. It's gonna... I
Right,
don't know
so-
what's wrong with my computer.
So Klezrad, is knocked on his ass as the rocket slams into his chest, and he takes 15 points of bludgeoning damage, and he's just boom, knocked flat onto his back, as immediately you hear from the forest just shouts of just people saying, just run, get moving, and immediately all of the Iron Bands are just looking around. And you see Druid immediately stands up and looks into the air, seeing Ethel,
Greater invisibility.
and just shouts something. Greater invisibility?
When I see him look at me.
Oh, you're gonna disappear when he sees you? When he, like, looks up?
Yeah, because I realized I fucking should have done that
So
like
yeah,
5 minutes
he
ago.
looks up, he sees you, and then you disappear, and he goes, his eyes go wide, and he just shouts something in Goblinoid. And then immediately people start spreading out as he starts drawing weapons.
Aren't you gonna do your fear thing and then?
Well, my question is, I'm in position. If people are spreading out, are they running towards the forest, or the people who are spreading out the 4 leaders?
The leaders seem to be arming themselves. Most of the people seem to be running out towards the forest.
Okay. And
Fear them,
are...
dude.
Give me a second, Juan. So, what's that?
Juan's
You
having
good?
a
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah. Wi-Fi's
Okay.
doo-doo.
So can I get close enough to potentially fear any of the leaders while I do my fear?
Yeah, you're up close.
Okay, so I dash, use my howl,
Alright,
and I haven't used this ability once, so I have no idea how.
so it's just wisdom saves from all of them, I'm pretty sure.
And my
so-
wisdom DC is 17, so...
Okay, so due to Druidx, Druidx has something, so they're gonna have an incremented die, although their roll is not super high.
Not anything for it being a surprise attack at all?
You were able to get up to them.
Okay.
For saves, that doesn't affect the saves. Oh, fucking hell. Druidx stops in his tracks.
like Drew Decahedron.
Klezrad steals himself. He's good.
Is he still prone? He said he got knocked. Klezra got knocked on his ass, correct?
Yeah. He sees you jump up. He steals himself, but what's the DC? 14. Fucking. I assume just based on averages. He's
Mine's 17, isn't it? Wisdom
goddamn.
DC?
Sichuan is fucking popping off. Druidx and Kegroar are both frightened. As immediately, they shout out, and Sichuan, Ralrut, what are you doing? Are you jumping out or anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the Hoarfrost, and then use.
As soon as I see him dash out, I don't
'Cause
want
it's
to
a
get hit by
line.
the horse frost.
They're not lined up in a good way. The most you could hit is 2 of them.
Am I in the way?
That's fine. I'll use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You can hit Sichuan and Druidx or Kegroar and Klezrad.
The ones that are feared, because they take more damage, right? Or
Can I try and... Is there anyone close to me? Like, how far away from them am
no?
I?
Would it?
You are like 10 feet from them at this point when you jump out. Let me look at fear. Let me look at the fear stuff. Juan, give me a quick sec. Condition. So them being frightened, it doesn't affect their saves. They're bad at checks and attack rolls, but not like saves.
Okay then. I'll just go out and try to hit them with my boy.
Yeah. So do you want to hit the goblin and the leader, or 2 of the lieutenants?
2 of the lieutenants.
Okay. So they're gonna make con saves, I believe it is. From Klezrad. That's a 16. What's the save on that?
I think DC 13. I think. My page isn't loading.
I'll
Did it
look
say
at
I'm in
that.
the game?
Yeah.
I did get disconnected from the server a second ago. I'm pulling it up.
When I was on it, I couldn't see the snowman.
By the way,
I
you
don't
you
know.
have 3 ram rockets, not 2.
I know, but I gave one of them to the slaves.
Oh, that is true. I don't see the Hoarfrost axe in the inventory.
I do. Hold on. I
Hold
forgot.
on.
I'm realizing I forgot to put a DC on it. So let me get this.
It's plus 11. Actually,
Oh,
no, it's
So how many charges did you use? It's based off the number of
1,
charges. That's why.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You're using 7 charges?
Yeah,
Goddamn, all but 1.
all but 1. Yeah, it's same like the Thunderbeard. Come on. Hold on,
Alright,
I'm just gonna roll it on my phone.
So yeah,
Well,
DC 19. So here, I can roll it for you if you'd like.
I got it.
So yeah,
Yeah.
roll
Remember,
the
we're not trying to
damage.
kill him.
1d8.
Yeah, so
no,
roll the
it's not
damage.
it's not gonna kill them though, for sure not. I think at least.
Yeah, both of them failed. DC 19, both of them failed.
38 damage.
Holy.
Cold damage.
38? Yeah, so
38,
Klezrat,
yeah.
immediately the sheer cold just rocks over him. He is looking rough. Or not rough, he's bloody for sure. And then Kegror taking 38, he is near bloody. Or no, he's bloody. Those people, they take the hit and just immediately the sheer cold.
They take an extra 3d8 damage.
Alright.
If you expend 4 or more, yeah, 3d8. 2, 3. Totals 55.
Yeah, both of them are bloody. They're roughed up. You take those big hits, and immediately you see a Druid reach over, to, like, shout out and point towards the big tent. And Sichuan just immediately books it off towards the big tent. As you see the other 3 start sprinting off into the forest. They jump off the front of the stage and start running away.
Bruh.
As you see, I mean, individually, you don't think any of these people could even match you guys. As a group, maybe.
So what are they doing?
They're running. Like, they're running.
Alright.
Are we rolling initiative at all, or is this just
It's like a... I consider... this kind of thing is like a skirmish initiative. It's just whoever says
Fine,
something
so,
first. But, like,
um,
one thing around.
I'm
It's-
still just
It's
standing
very
there.
loose. So, yeah,
Can
they're
is-
sprinting.
Is my echo in range?
And I'm
like,
assuming the ones I
again?
feared are sprinting away from me, correct?
Is your echo within range?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, are you trying to attack?
Yeah, I'm just gonna slow them down.
Yeah, you could hit Kagror.
Yeah, I'm a
Who was I within range of? Klezrad, I think.
You were within range to fear all of them. Melee range,
Wasn't I-
Sichuan
you-
is running past you. The
You said I was
closest-
within 10 feet of someone.
Oh yeah, within
Really?
you're within 10 feet of the back too. So Sichuan and Kagror.
Okay.
And Sichuan at this point is running past you towards the big tent.
And I'm assuming that was the guy I didn't fear, because he rolled well. So remember Sichuan.
Yeah, Sichuan rolled good.
And he's running towards the big tent.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to attempt to... Sorry, someone's entering my room. I'm going to attempt to grapple him. And he's a goblin, and I'm a large person. He's small. Do I have any advantage for...
Yeah, incremented twice because of the size difference.
And then I already have a
Incremented
advantage on
that, so
grappling.
it's 3.
So it's a
so
D10.
uh,
It's a D4, D6, D8. Oh, a D8. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a D20.
they're gonna do acrobatics.
13. That is 15 plus a D8. Where's my D8?
Oh, my neck hurts. Jesus.
Okay, that is a 21.
They run by and in your hand just grab them, and they're just like shouting out, and they're just like they're completely just losing their shit.
And
you
since
see
this
they
is like a loose combat, can I just try and already knock him out. Like put my whole hand over his head and just like cover his mouth and like just be like shut up, like smacking him on the head.
For right now, you grabbed them. Well,
Okay.
everyone's sort of doing a thing.
Okay.
Ethel is sort of... Well, you guys are not sure. She's invisible. But Ralrut, were you gonna attack?
Yeah, I was gonna use Sentinel on one of them to prevent her from
Alright.
moving away.
So, do that. Making it... Yeah, make 2 attacks.
Bruh, there's no fucking way. It's 25.
Yeah, hit. So this is on
Yeah.
Kagruor, because he's in bed.
That's one. Yeah, 26.
Second one, both hit. Yeah, these guys.
They are not going anywhere. Should I roll damage too?
Yeah, if you'd like. Are you going for lethal strikes?
No. I'm gonna go, get over here! Actually, no. Can I make it cooler? I'm gonna try to... Can I put that, as they're trying to move away, the ice from the hoarfrost freezes them in place or prevents, or like trips them up or something like that. Just flavor it up.
Oh yeah, they're pulling themselves out of this ice. That's why Kagruor's in back. He got hit bad with that, slash. So yeah, roll damage. Yeah, so two-handed.
16. I don't think it adds the +7, so 23.
And you can check and see what it's adding.
No, it did.
23.
It's
Oh,
you
it
rolled
did?
a 9 plus 7. It just didn't roll the d6, so I can roll the d6. So yeah, an extra 2 there, and then so 14 plus the d6. So yeah, 18 and 18. So he takes 18 twice.
So,
Druid, as you're slashing, just trips and just eats shit, falls over the stage, and just slams face first into the snow. He's out. Yeah.
Okay.
He's
So
not. Yeah, he is not dead. He's not dead. You're not killing him, but he is unconscious.
and then what are the looks on the other guys?
The other guys, they're bloody. They're running off. Druid is fine. He hasn't taken a hit yet. He's the leader. He's running.
I have Sichuan in my hand, and who's the one who's down? Oh, you said Druid was down. Kegroy. Kegroy is the ox?
Yeah.
Okay. And so, where is Druid running and where is Klezrad running? Because I have Sichuan in my hand.
They're both running towards where the crowd was, off into the forest.
So that means past me.
Isn't Ethel
Yeah.
gonna try to stop any of them?
Yeah, you're not sure where she is right now, but she's flying down. You'd assume.
Did Eliza go to sleep?
I think she had to go use the bathroom.
Oh, okay. So I still have the Screaming Goblin in my hand, correct? I'm going to attempt to muffle his screams, and if that doesn't work, just like fucking Hulk in Marvel Avengers, just
All right.
fucking back and forth.
Roll
Non-lethal.
acrobatics or athletics.
And then incremented at all? Is it still the D8?
Oh
Because
yeah,
I'm
you're big.
the D8. Here it goes. 18 plus 13 is 31. So 31.
They're not. They're trying to avoid you suffocating them, but they're not necessarily trying to break out.
And
yeah.
for the slamming,
You are suffocating them. Well, you can. Are you doing what? Are you slamming or are you suffocating?
I am suffocating them. Then I'm just gonna keep on doing that until they're out.
No. Yeah. Which one are you trying to do? Like, what's your primary thing? The
Primary
suffocation?
is suffocating them.
Okay. So you start doing that, and they like reach up for your hands first, and then they're like pulling at your big claw, and then you just hear a as you see with one of their hands, the hand crossbow bolt shot and just went through the, like, they just pulled it and they just shot the hand crossbow bolt, and you see like it flies off into the big tent. as they're
Okay.
just like they continue clawing at your hands. And Ralrut, are you chasing after the big guys?
Yeah.
All right, so you make your way that way. Ethel, are you going after the leaders?
I mean, yeah.
All right. And Sonder, you're just there holding the goblin, and they're sort of going unconscious, and you feel them like biting your hand, and they're like struggling less and less.
Emperism! Yes! No.
And eventually you hear from inside of the tent just a big, loud, just angry roar from inside of it, and you start hearing like stomps, and then you see just
because
Yeah.
I'm still relatively close to the tent, like within 10 feet either side.
Yeah.
Either side, correct? Okay. And is he finally knocked out of my hands?
no, you're starting to suffocate him. He's not out yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
it
he's
takes
muffled,
a bit
correct?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna look around and then dash to the nearest section of like the stage maybe, and just hide against it in stealth.
All right, roll a stealth check. As you see, like out of the tent, just bursting out of it, is a very large, what looks to be like a giant.
That is 29 stealth for me.
I really. This is weird. I don't know where my. Where the fuck is my snipping tool? There it is. Alright, 29.
Yes.
So you hide, and you see this massive creature. I'll put it in the Discord channel. Actually, I'll put it in the chat. In this. So you see.
Hey, I saw this earlier today.
You did. This very large giant just pushed through the tent. And behind it, you also see what looks to be a very long snake-like creature that you see starts pushing its way out of the tent as well, right behind it. And I don't know why that's giving me an error. Oh, okay, because camera guy doesn't have permission to do pictures, but I do. As you see, this large snake-like creature. I can't make the picture any smaller, of course. I'll move us for a second. Starts pushing its way out of the tent as well. And I think that's where we will call this. We will 100% finish this tomorrow. Juan's free, and it will just be pure rough and tumble. Fight some big monsters. Fight some fucking slavers. Hopefully,
More like beat their asses. I'm just fucking got this guy and he's like,
just
like shh.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, but should be fun. Yeah, we'll for sure finish this tomorrow. I thought today would be last, but you know, planning and stuff like that always takes longer than you
And it took way longer in order to get there because we kept on interrupting and doing other things, which is fine. But yeah,
It's the game.
it's the game. I'm still so salty about that failed deception roll. I'm just sitting there and I'm like,
They're like,
I wasn't sure if it was a well-known clan, and I just wanted to be like double check that we had the right people. And I was like, oh no, the ox got me. And they're like, how the fuck do you know the ox? And I'm like, fuck, I didn't think that
and then
it was the thing.
just you got a fucking backstreet style gang beat down there. They started just kicking the shit out of you. Yeah, that was not pretty. Just fucking kicking the shit out of you. The goblins right, like, very short in front of your face, just boom, 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 boom. Yeah, they beat the shit out of you. But yeah, so we'll pick this up tomorrow. Should be fun.
Alright, see you later.
Big combat. Beast fellas.
Bye.